Today we're going to talk about linear inequalities and absolute value inequalities. We have something called a number line, as shown here, and the blue ray begins at x equal to 4, and it's indicated by the arrowhead to go on forever in the positive direction. So it goes to infinity. If it were to go to the left-hand side in the negative direction, we would call that negative infinity. This section of math gives me a little bit of heartburn because there's just too many ways to write it. And when there are different ways to write things, it can get confusing. We can use set builder notation. So you have a bracket, x, a line, x greater than or equal to 4, another bracket, and it translates to all real numbers such that x is greater than or equal to 4. And I was taught to say it, the set, these brackets means the set that includes all real numbers such that x is greater than or equal to 4. The third method is interval notation, in which solution sets are indicated with parentheses or brackets. So the solutions to x greater than or equal to 4 is represented to 4 with a bracket, and the reason there's a bracket is because this is a closed dot, or 4 is included, and it continues on to positive infinity. And we always use parentheses with positive and negative infinity because you can never catch infinity. It's like trying to catch the air. So if I go down here, there's a nice little chart that talks about it. The set that's included, the set builder notation, and the interval notation. So that would be handy. That's something back in the day that I would have on a recipe card and have out in front of me when I'm doing my homework or studying for my test. So let's look at this example. It says use interval notation to indicate all real numbers greater than or equal to -2. So on my number line, it's greater than or equal to -2, and if it's greater than, it's going to go to the right. And so the interval for a closed circle is a bracket, comma, and if it goes on forever to the right, infinity with a parenthesis. Alright, so let's look at interval notation to express all real numbers less than or equal to a or greater than or equal to b. So write the interval expressing all real numbers less than or equal to -1 or greater than or equal to 1. So I'm a visual person, so I like to have kind of a picture in front of me. So all real numbers less than or equal to -1, so it's a closed dot, everything to the left, and greater than or equal to 1. So greater than or equal to, so closed dot. So this guy is, we go from left to right, negative infinity, comma, -1. And this is 1, comma, infinity. Oh, except these are included, so we're going to use brackets. And these are both in the problem, so we're going to use a U for the union sign. That means this and this is included in the answer. Alright, so we're going to work properties of inequalities, or we're going to treat them just like equations, except for one major difference. When you divide or multiply, you must flip the inequality sign. It's a big I mean, it's a huge thing, but it's the only difference between solving inequality and an equation. So for this one, I'm going to add 15 both sides, and I get x is less than 19. So this one, so I just prefer to avoid negatives altogether, because that way I don't have to worry about flipping the sign. So I would add 1 to both sides, and I would get 7 is greater than or equal to x. And you can rewrite this with x on the left-hand side. Do you see how the mouth here is open to the 7? So when I rewrite it, I just have to make sure that the mouth is still open to the 7. So I get x is greater than, or x is less than or equal to 7. Here I subtract 7 from both sides, and I get x is greater than 2. Here I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and I get x is less than 2. I'm going to add 1 to both sides here, and I get negative 2x is greater than or equal to 6. So now I need to divide both sides by negative 2. And I draw an arrow to remind myself to flip. So x is less than or equal to negative 3. And then here, so I could move this x over here and this 10 over here, and that's also fine. But let's go ahead and subtract 5 from both sides, and I get negative x is greater than 5. But I want x, not negative x, so I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 1. And I'm going to remember to flip, so x is less than negative 5. Alright, so we're going to solve this equation. Now we've got on both sides. It's really no different. I'm going to add 7x to both sides, and I get 13 greater than or equal to 17x minus 4. And then I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and I get 17 greater than or equal to 17x. Divide both sides by 17. And I get 1 is greater than or equal to x. Remember, I can rewrite that as x is less than or equal to 1. The mouth is open to the 1 here, so when I rewrite it, you just have to make sure that the mouth is open to the 1. Alright, here's one with a fraction. We're going to multiply everything by the LCD, which is 24. So I have 24 times negative 3/4 x greater than or equal to 24 times negative 5/8 plus 24 times 2/3 x. So 4 goes into 24 6 times, so 6 times negative 3x greater than or equal to 8 goes into 24 3 times, so I have 3 times negative 5, and 3 goes into 24 8 times, so 8 times 2x, so that gives me negative 18x greater than or equal to negative 15 plus 16x. I'm going to subtract 16x from both sides, and I get negative 34, yep, negative 34x greater than or equal to negative 15. Divide both sides by negative 34. So I have to flip this, so I have x is less than or equal to 15 over 34. Alright, so compounding inequalities, sometimes we'll write it this way instead of breaking it up into two. And that's fine. We can work this. It's just whenever when I subtract this negative 2, I have to do it both ways. Okay, so I have to subtract it from here and here because these all belong together. So I get 1 less than or equal to 2x less than 4. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2, or all sides by 2. And I have 1/2 less than or equal to x, which is less than 2. And on a number line, excuse me, it would be, I'm just going to put 1/2 here and 2 here. This would be a closed circle. This would be an open circle, and it's everything less than 2, everything greater than negative, or than positive 1/2. So this would look like an interval notation like that. Here's another one. So this one, I'm going to do it by separating these. So I'm going to separate these two, and these two. So I end up with 3 plus x is less than 7x minus 2. And I could have done that up here, by the way. I could have separated them. 7x minus 2 greater than 5x minus 10. And so here I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and I get 3 less than 6x minus 2. Add 2 to both sides, and I get 5 is greater than 6x, or x, let's see, or 5, 6 is greater than x, and I can rewrite this as x is less than 5, 6. And then here I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. I get 2x minus 2 greater than negative 10. Add 2 to both sides. That's negative 2x is greater than negative 8, or positive 2x is greater than negative 8. Divide both sides by 2, and I get x is greater than negative 4. So on a number line, negative 4 would be here, and 5, 6 is almost 1, so it'd be right there. And these, okay, so the open dots, everything is greater than negative 4 and less than minus, or 5, 6, so that gives me negative 4 comma 5, 6. And here you go. Here's some more videos for you if you want some more time on a certain topic.